Candace Flynn has one thing on her mind, and one thing only.
Ooh, I'm gonna go tell Mom, and when she sees what you are doing, you are going down! Down, down, down! D-O-W-N, down!
And in her pursuit of getting her brothers busted, she's gone way too far, way too many times. But after enough lying, spying, and screaming, you start to realize Phineas and Ferb aren't the problem. Candace is. Ooh, karma's coming for you, Candace. Starting with one that looks very different when you watch it back as an adult. It's the Midsummer Festival in Danville. Phineas and Ferb are there to help their mate Baljeet. You remember him, sweet, nervous, academically intense Baljeet, win the giant watermelon contest.
Phineas and Ferb, days ago you helped me build a portal to Mars. Now I beg you to help me win the biggest watermelon contest at the festival. Help me, Phineas and Ferb. You're my only hope.
This kid's been walking around carrying the shame of his entire family on his shoulders over one tiny fucking watermelon. And the boys are there to fix it.
Call my family and tell them to start putting up the shame curtains.
No, wait. It hasn't taken full effect yet. You'll see.
They whip out Ferb's chemistry set and cup up a growth elixir from scratch.
Run!
I am going to need a crane and a new pair of pants.
Meanwhile, Candace, of course, has her own agenda. She's spotted a flyer. The founder of Flawless Girl Cosmetics, Bianca Dishon, is at the festival looking for the next Flawless Girl spokesperson. Candace is 5'8". The requirement? A minimum of 5'10".
But I'm 5'8".
Look, it's right in our song. At the forefront of every trend, never less than 5'10".
2 inches. Now, most people who hear "you're 2 inches too short" for our beauty campaign feel a little sting and move the on with their lives. But no, not Candace. She refuses to let it go. She walks past Phineas and Ferb testing the elixir on Baljeet's watermelon, watches it grow a few measly inches and dismisses it, calling them, and I want you to really picture the audacity here, giant nerds.
Not for long.
It worked! Your miracle growth elixir has turned you into giant nerds!
Then she walks away, but she remembers. And when the rejection from Bianca hits her hard enough, she goes back. She steals the elixir her brothers made to help someone else, and pours it straight onto herself.
Yes! It worked! I feel great! In fact, I feel flawless!
Let's be very clear about what just happened. Baljeet had an entry contest riding on that stuff. Phineas and Ferb had a purpose for it. Candace didn't ask. She didn't even consider asking. She just took it because she wanted to be taller. Because some beauty brand told her 2 inches mattered more than anyone else's plans at the bloody entire festival. And it works, sort of. I mean, she gains her 2 inches. Bianca accepts her audition, and you'd think victory, right?
It's amazing. Your height is now perfect. You're now in the running to be the next flawless girl.
Except the elixir hadn't finished working yet. In the middle of the festival, surrounded by people, Candace begins to grow. Not 2 more inches, not a foot, 50 feet. Her nose goes first, then her head.
If you look like that, what? I've turned into bobblehead Candace!
And then the rest of her, with a tent somehow still draped over her back as she tries to hide.
Phineas and Ferb. They did this to me, they can undo it.
She ends up climbing the Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated building like a bargain King Kong, holding PP Otter, dressed head to toe in a gorilla suit, while this man tries to recruit her giant ass for his freak show.
And the next flawless girl is... Oh, that is the most flawless girl I've ever seen.
And Bianca, she shows up at the top of the building and tells Candace she's the perfect flawless girl now because no woman on earth will ever be able to live up to that standard. Which means they'll be buying flawless girl products forever.
You are the next flawless girl. With your height, girls will never be able to live up to the expectations you'll set. They'll be forced to buy my product forever.
Christ, that's bleak, even by cartoon standards. That's the moment that Candace actually hears herself. She realizes both Bianca and PP Otter are trying to profit off of people feeling like shit about themselves. She calls them both out, drops them, and climbs back down.
You both make money off of people's natural insecurities. You show people oddballs so that they'll feel better about themselves, and you make beauty totally unattainable.
She stole from her own brothers, humiliated herself in front of an entire city, and nearly became the face of a cosmetics brand built entirely on manufactured insecurity. By the time she's back on the ground, the size is almost the least embarrassing part of it. What actually stings is that the one thing she wanted, to be seen as beautiful by an industry built on making sure you never quite are, ends up showing her precisely what that industry is. 2 inches. It was never about 2 inches. This one hurts in a very specific way because Phineas and Ferb actually love their sister, openly, enthusiastically. It's Candace's 15th birthday. The family takes a trip to Mount Rushmore. Candace is already pissed off about it. She wanted to go to the mall. Thanks very much. Mount Rushmore is quote-unquote lame, and she spends the whole day in full eye roll mode.
No.
Okay. But it's the mall, right?
No, it's not the mall.
Wait. Please don't tell me we're going to Mount Rushmore.
What she doesn't know is that Phineas and Ferb have secretly carved her face into Mount Rushmore. A 5th face. Can you even imagine that? A birthday gift so enormous, it's quite literally a national monument. These 2 boys spent their sister's birthday sculpting her actual likeness into one of the most famous landmarks in America, because apparently the gorilla made of cake last year didn't quite land.
Oops.
And Candace sees it and she's properly moved. She tears up and calls it beautiful and sprints down the mountain to go find her mum, tripping over her own feet on the way.
Wyatt! It's beautiful! Mom! Mom!
Now, here's where you need to pay attention. She's not trying to bust anyone this time. For once in her scheming little life, she genuinely just wants to share something good her brothers made. But the second she grabs Linda and says she's got to show her something right now, her own bloody mother doesn't even ask what it is. Candace, are you still trying to get the boys in trouble? Candace actually has to argue her own mum into believing this isn't a bust. That's how bad her track record is.
I'm gonna show you something right now. Come on, follow me!
Candace, are you still trying to get the boys in trouble?
No, this is a great thing. Oh, it's the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me.
By the time Linda actually reaches the top, Doofenshmirtz's scheme has triggered an underground lava situation. The statues crumbled, the geysers erupted, and Mount Rushmore is exactly as it was before. 4 presidents and no sister.
Huh? Ew!
Candace bangs her head against the railing. And here's the karma. Candace didn't do anything malicious in this episode. She actually had a moment of real grace. But years of crying wolf, years of dragging her mum away from things to bust her brothers, had burned through every ounce of credit she'd ever built up. So the one time she wanted Linda to see something good, nobody believed her without a fight first.
You're right. It's beautiful. Happy birthday, honey. Now let's go find your father.
She lost her head, and yeah, the universe made damn sure she remembered why. This one's the funniest to watch back as an adult, because Candace doesn't even clock what's happening to her until she's already airborne. Phineas and Ferb were supposed to go to the circus, not just any circus either, the Cirque du Loon, a full Cirque du Soleil style show that they were genuinely buzzing for. Their plans get scrapped last minute when the lead performer has a severe allergic reaction and can't go on.
Well, hold your horses, kids. It says here that the lead of Cirque du Loon has a severe allergy. They're cancelling today's performance.
Well, that's a bummer.
Most kids would shrug and move on. Phineas and Ferb built their own circus in the backyard with every kid in the neighborhood.
What's going on? A circus? Can't they give me a break for one day?
This looks great, Ferb.
Candace's plan, as always, is to turn it into a bust. She goes to ring her mum and finally catches the boys in the act. Then, Jeremy shows up with a basket of vegetables from his mum's garden.
Candace, honey, listen. I can't talk. We're recording. Is it life or death?
Well, no,
I'm gonna go. Bye.
Hey, Candace.
Oh, hi, Jeremy.
Wild parsnips. Of course it's wild parsnips. Candace, who has a severe allergy to wild parsnips, starts reacting almost immediately. Skin goes all blotchy, her voice dropped into some deep, gravelly blues register.
Candace, are you okay?
Say, are there any wild parsnips in here?
I think that's all that's in there.
Now here's the choice Candace makes. She doesn't go inside. She doesn't deal with the allergy like a normal human being. She sticks a paper bag over her head, throws it on a jogging suit, and heads straight into the middle of her mum's jazz recording session to tell her about the circus. Dedication, I'll give her that.
Psst, Mom.
Candace, have you been near the wild parsnips again?
Yes, but you gotta see what Phineas and Ferb are doing.
She shows up looking like a fever dream, sounding like Tom Waits, and belts out an entire outraged blues number right there in the studio, trying to get her mum to leave. Linda obviously is having far too much fun recording her album to care. She blows Candace off completely and asks for another take.
Okay, Mom, so you gonna come home with me?
Are you kidding, hon? Let's do another.
Candace gives up and heads back to the circus, where Jeremy's saved her a seat. She sits down, takes the bag off, still in the jogging suit, planning to just relax for once.
Jeremy!
Buford's up next. His whole act is wearing a paper bag on his head and getting launched into a pile of mud. Phineas sees a figure in a paper bag and a jogging suit and naturally assumes it's sodding Buford. You already know where this is going.
I give you the amazing Bago! Ta-da! Hey!
Guys, cut it out. Let go!
The boys strapped Buford into their launching contraption and pull the lever. Candace gets flung through the tent roof and into the sky above Danville at the exact moment that Doofenshmirtz's contraption happens to be passing overhead.
He must have been lighter than we calculated.
The paper bag was her karma. She chose that disguise. That got her launched into the sky instead of the much simpler alternative, which was staying home and looking after herself like a normal person. The universe rewarded that choice accordingly. And now we get to the one that makes you sit back and go, oh. Candace enters an essay contest called Mayor for a Day. Her essay's titled, Why My Little Brother Should Be Busted. Shocking, I know. She wins. Mayor Roger Doofenshmirtz reads it as some kind of political metaphor and is genuinely impressed by her passion.
I announce the winner of this year's annual Mayor for a Day essay contest. For her brilliant essay entitled, Why My Little Brother Should Be Busted, I relinquish my office as Mayor for the Day to Candace Flynn.
She's handed the keys to City Hall for one full day. Any reasonable person, given real civic power for 24 hours, would probably do something for the city. Plant a tree, cut a ribbon, grab a nice photo for the scrapbook. Candace creates laws. Actual legally binding laws. What in the absolute hell?
Wait a minute. New law. I'm the only one who can wear that color.
Duly noted.
New law. Everything should be pretty. New law. Free makeovers for the mayor.
Here's the actual legislative record of Mayor Candace Flynn. Day 1. She outlaws red clothing on every citizen except herself. She puts her own face on the $3 bill. She renames streets and businesses after herself, Stacy, and Jeremy. She mandates that every citizen wear her hairdo. She grants herself free clothes and makeovers for life.
New law. Today is free clothing for the mayor day. I'll take that, and I'll take that, and I'll take that, and I'll take that, and...
She hires a marching band to follow her around, playing music constantly. And then, and only then, does she remember she has brothers to bust.
I, like so many other elected officials, have forgotten the very promises I made that got me into office in the first place. That's it. I'm gonna bust my brothers.
Candace, in She's the Mayor, is genuinely one of the most selfish things she ever did. She literally used government power for a personal vendetta. So, She summons a limo to collect her parents, escorts them home with full mayoral authority, and proudly unveils Phineas and Ferb's pioneer town, which Linda sees exactly for what it is.
Candace, what on earth is going on here?
Mom, you know all those times I tried to fill you in on the crazy stunts Phineas and Ferb have been up to?
Yes, Candace.
Well, this is one of those times.
Linda is furious, properly bloody furious, calling for the boys, ready to hand out actual punishment.
Phineas! Ferb! Get out here this second!
Hey, Mom's home.
Candace has done it. She's finally won. Except, right as Linda and Candace are about to catch Phineas and Ferb red-handed, Perry the Platypus smashes Doofenshmirtz's acceleratonator with a golf club. The machine, which had been quietly warping time all episode, breaks apart completely. Time snaps backwards all the way to the exact moment that she was announced as mayor.
You two are so
And now, ladies and gentlemen.
Every law undone, every renamed street restored, and the universe isn't even done being petty about it. In the chaos, something tears a hole clean through reality itself, and when everything settles, it isn't Candace's name being called out at City Hall anymore. It's some random old codger from the crowd who gets handed the job instead.
Congratulations to our own local old coot.
New law. If you find any gold, it's mine. Hooray for finding gold being a metaphor for... Oh, wait.
She had legitimate power for one single day, and the very first thing she did with it was turn the entire bloody city into a stage for her own personal vendetta. She didn't even remember to bust her brothers until Stacy accidentally said the word busted in a sentence about a pencil. Even when you're 15 and you lose it to a random pensioner before you even get to enjoy it properly. Now, this is the one where Candace stops relying on her own two eyes and outsources the whole operation, because at this point, she's going genuinely mental. The episode kicks off mid-disaster, which tells you exactly how many times this has already happened that day.
Mom! Look! 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 In the backyard, look! They've done it again! This was the best ride ever, guys!
Oh, that was very fabulous ride.
Phineas and Ferb have built a giant Ferris wheel in the backyard, with astronauts and an actual alien enjoying the ride. But because Linda is literally blind, she can't see the skyscraper-sized carnival attraction in the background. And of course, just like any other day, it's gone by the time that she gets there. Rolled away, to be precise.
Look! Look! Look!
And this time, Candace snaps. Because, for Christ's sake, she might as well be living in a sitcom at this point. There's just nothing she can do to get her mum to see these damn crazy things her brothers keep doing. That's when, right on cue, an advert comes on for a show called Bust 'Em, hosted by a woman named Lulu, who was born for the role of busting badly behaved brothers.
Hi there. So, you really think you can bust my brothers?
Ha ha ha, you're so cute. Isn't she cute, Fifi? You see, Candace, Busting is my middle name. It's my actual name, Lulu Busting Jones.
No, I mean, we mean it. She literally has busting as her middle name. Now, to be fair, most of us have fantasized about our siblings getting humiliated on cable television, but most of us don't actually pick up the phone. Lulu pulls up, ready to get a big scoop, and she's looking to get something crazy to boost the bad ratings on her show. She was probably expecting some minor misbehaving or a little bit of delinquency here and there. She definitely was not expecting the boys to unveil a fully operational water slide. Naturally, this would be the episode of the century if everything goes well. So Lulu is even more determined to make this work and bust her. They go through every trick in the book, trying to get the footage that they need, including sending Candace down the slide herself. That leaves the red-headed girl, who spends every episode desperately avoiding her brother's inventions, soaked and screaming her way through the exact ride she's been dreading, because apparently that's what the shot required.
You want to go again?
Are you crazy? Oh, she'd love to! We disguised the camera this time. Don't lose it.
On the flip side, though, it actually works. They get the footage they need to finally give evidence to Linda. But of course, the universe, which clearly has some kind of personal problem against this woman, sends a tornado, courtesy of Doofenshmirtz, whose entire evil scheme this episode is motivated by a magic trick he botched in the 7th grade. One man with an actual vendetta against a platypus and one teenage girl, both trying to fix old humiliations through increasingly petty means. This show was definitely goofier than we remember. Anyways, right on cue, like every other time, the tornado rips the water slide apart seconds before Linda and the station manager arrive.
What was that?
Candace, what's going on? Who are these people? Could you please...
Mom, we're gonna be on TV.
The manager takes one look at an empty suburban backyard and shuts Lulu down cold.
I'm talking about ratings dynamite here, sir. Tell me that's not ratings dynamite!
That's a suburban backyard.
But I have the whole... What? I'm sorry, I don't understand. What? Where is everything? Wait a minute. The videotapes! All the proof is still in the van. Come on, give me a bustum!
That's right. As long as they can get back to the van, then there's still a chance that they can get their gold.
Where is the van?
Yeah, the van is gone. Doofenshmirtz took it to escape Perry, and of course, this completely random event screws Candace over yet again. He doesn't even get away clean either. He drives straight into his own tornado 2 minutes later, cursing Perry the platypus the whole way in.
That's what you get for being the good guy. You have to stop at all the traffic signals. Oh no, what is this? Curse you, Perry the platypus!
This could have easily been the smoking gun that vindicates her. But by the end, she's back on the porch, reciting Linda, Phineas, and Ferb's lines before they even finish saying them. Because she's lived this exact moment so many times, she doesn't need to wait for it anymore.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
Oh, there you are, Perry.
And Ferb says...
And that is why I will never wear suspenders in public.
No matter what Candace does, the universe is always going to find a way to mess up her plans. This time, it was just a tornado, and to be fair, genuinely rubbish timing. Here's the thing about Candace Flynn. She's not a bad person. The show's never treated her that way, and we're not about to start either. She has real moments of warmth, real growth, and yeah, real love for those two boys who keep accidentally turning her life into absolute chaos. But sometimes in her pursuit of justice, she can get kind of crazy in the worst possible ways. Anyways, that's all we've got time for today. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!